Hey there, this is Xander with EventMB, and this is 5 ways to gain event planning experience. This video is a part of the Event Manager blog video series presented by EventMB, the #1 blog for event professionals. This video series is for you, event professionals that are looking for tips and advice on gaining experience, planning events, and growing your business. Becoming an event planner requires a lot of things: a penchant for organization, flexible schedule, and above all else, experience. Jumping into the deep end as an event planner without the experience or training that you need can be disastrous for your events, your clients, and your reputation. Before you go at it alone, focus on these 5 ways to gain event planning experience. The first is internships. Internships may be one of the best ways to gain event planning experience. Your job is often to support someone who is ultimately responsible for planning the event, so you get the wealth of experience and knowledge while not having to maintain the responsibility of being the managing event planner. You may be looking to get into event planning a little bit later on in your career, but don't let that or your ego get in the way of you finding a great internship. The work you may be doing may include fetching coffee or picking up trash, but more often it's going to be things that you're going to be responsible for, like permitting or volunteer management. And all the while, you have the opportunity to observe and listen to the event manager who's putting everything together. Take any job. In an industry that's built up by so many different sub-industries, you have the opportunity to put your hand in as many different possible roles that support event planning as you can. When I was still a student in college, I worked a ton of different roles within the events industry. I was an assistant for conference and event services, I managed event parking, I was an EMT that would get dispatched out to individual events, I was in venues and catering and a whole bunch of other different opportunities. And what that did was it gave me the chance to learn the backbone of the industry. It also gives you the chance to learn what it is you love to do and the things that you might be more interested in outsourcing to your vendors. Nonprofits. As any good nonprofit event planner would tell you, a majority of the work that is being done by volunteers. You can choose which organizations you want to volunteer with by figuring out which ones you already support, or the ones that are hosting really cool events that you just really need to be a part of. Most nonprofits are going to be hosting an annual gala in addition to a couple of other smaller functions. If you're lucky enough to have a job with a nonprofit, or if you just have the opportunity to have a really great high-touch volunteer role, you're sure to be able to get experience in a ton of different types of events. Industry associations. The event industry overfloweth with different industry associations that are all looking to host monthly meetings and events, as is almost every other industry that's out there. That means that not only are you able to plan events that other event planners are invested in, it gives you the opportunity to plan events for organizations that you may be finding your next client at. Too often we hear that industry association meetings are trite, or they lack imagination, or there's little value to them. Well, the joy of working on these types of events is oftentimes you're able to create something that you would never see in another type of an event. You're able to do things that vendors are going to be engaged in and are willing to support you on. A lot of times when you're planning events for event industry associations, those products are going to be donated, and the opportunity to innovate and create is something that a lot of vendors don't want to miss. So join a committee or your local event industry association board so that you have an opportunity to plan some events that you may have never had the opportunity to work on before. Contract work. Nothing beats the experience that you're able to get while you're working on-site at an event. It gives you a great 360-degree view of what it is that goes into putting together an event and what it is you should be anticipating in your planning process. Enter contract work. Many destination management companies have a pool of contract workers that are going to be able to fill roles anywhere from registration employees or busing captains for transportation or just general on-site management roles. If you have some base level experience, shoot a note to your local DMC and see if they have an application for their contract worker pool. Who knows, you may even find yourself absolutely loving doing contract work on site, and you could turn it into a full-time career. Where have you been getting your experience in event planning? Leave us a comment below and share this video to let your friends know. In conclusion, experience is an absolute must if you want to be a success in the event industry. It's going to give you the tools that you need to be able to problem solve and see around corners. And if you have enough experience, you're going to feel crazy confident in your skills as an event planner. Use these 5 ways to gain event planning experience, and you'll build up a resume that's going to win you your next client or job. Thanks for tuning into this video, 5 ways to gain event planning clients. If you liked the video, remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube and like us on Facebook. Thank you for watching.